Hello friends, today we will discuss and learn the different routes of administration for sterile products, parenteral products or for injectables. After watching this video, you will be able to learn all about different routes of drug administration for parenterals. Administration routes for parenteral dosage forms. The commonly used routes are intradermal route, subcutaneous route, intramuscular route or intravenous route. And the special routes in special cases are intraarterial, intraarticular, intracardiac, intraperitoneal, intracisternal, intralational, intraocular, intrapleural, intrathecal, intrauterine and intraventricular. So these are all the routes by which the sterile dosage forms or parenteral dosage forms are administered into the body. Let's see one by one. Intradermal route. In intradermal route, drug is administered into the superficial layer of skin. Sometimes this route is also termed as intracutaneous route of administration. Only small volume of solution in series of 0.1 ml can be administered by this route. This route is generally used for diagnostic test and limited number of vaccines. Onset of action is slow because of slow absorption. Next route is subcutaneous route. In subcutaneous route, drug is administered in small volume in loose tissue beneath the skin. Generally, outer surface of arm or thigh is selected. Onset of action is rapid as compared to intradermal route. Order of writing this route on hospital pharmacy is as SQ, subQ or hypo. The next route is intramuscular route. In intramuscular route, drug is administered in muscles. The commonly used muscles are deltoid of upper arm and gluteal medial muscle of buttock. In deltoid muscle, 2 ml of injection sample may be injected, and in gluteal medial muscle of each buttock, 5 ml sample may be injected. Absorption of intramuscular route is rapid than subcutaneous route. The next route is intravenous route. In intravenous route, drug is administered into the vein for rapid effect. This route has no retreat once drug is given. Drug which produce irritation are given by this route because blood causes the rapid dilution of drug. So this is the route where the rapid effect is obtained. The next route is intraarterial route. Drug is administered into an artery which leads directly to the target organ. The radiopaque substances are administered by this route. This route is hazardous because drug administered by this route are not sufficiently diluted and not sufficiently filtered by lungs, kidney or liver before reaching to the target tissue or target organ. The next route is intraarticular route. In intraarticular route, drug is administered by injection into the synovial sacs of different accessible joints. Infection, inflammation, pain or any other problem related to joints due to inflammatory diseases are treated by drug administering through intraarticular route. The next route is intracardiac route. In intracardiac route, drug is administered by injection into the chambers of heart. This route is generally used in unusual circumstances. or in emergency conditions like cardiac arrest, in which the drug have to reach the myocardium as early as possible or rapidly. The next route is intraperitoneal route. In intraperitoneal route, drug administered by injection or by infusion directly into the peritoneal cavity of body. A needle or indwelling catheter is used for injecting the drug directly into an abdominal organ like kidney, liver or bladder is known as intraperitoneal route. The next route is intracisternal route. In intracisternal route, a drug is administered into the cisternal space in the brain. Intracisternal route is used for diagnosis. For example, this route is used for giving a drug which is used to diagnose the elevated intracranial pressure of the brain. Intralesional route. In intralesional route, drug is administered directly into or around a lesion. This route is used for the local effect. For example, to minimize the effect of toxin in case of animal bite, the antisera for rabies is given into or around the site of bite. The next route is intraocular route. In intraocular route, drug is administered directly into the eye cavity. This route is useful when local effect to the eye is required. For example, in case of eye infection or to treat the eye infection, the drug is administered directly into the eye cavity in the form of eye drop, in the form of eye ointment. Any dosage form it may be. The next route is intrapleural route. In intrapleural route, drug is administered directly into the pleural cavity of the body. This route is used for the treatment of infection in pleural cavity. The next route is intrathecal route. In intrathecal route, drug is administered directly into the spinal canal or into the subarachnoid space. This route is useful in spinal anesthesia, chemotherapy, or in pain management. The next route is intrauterine route. In intrauterine route, drug is administered percutaneously into the pregnant uterus. Calcitonin and insulin is given by this route because calcitonin and insulin are poorly absorbed or may get degraded in GIT. The next route is intraventricular route. In intraventricular route, drug is administered directly into the lateral ventricles of the brain. This route is used to treat infection to the brain sites surrounded by cerebrospinal fluids. Friends, this is all about the routes for administration for parenterals or for sterile products. If you have any question or any query regarding routes of administration for parenterals, please raise your question in comment section. I will answer your question. Thank you.